1. In designing an OSCP practice curriculum, which approach best ensures alignment with adult learning principles? A. Using repetitive memorization drills. E. Incorporating real-world penetration testing scenarios. C. Relying solely on lecture-based teaching. D. Limiting assessments to multiple-choice questions. 2. Which evaluation method most effectively measures skill transfer in an OSCP practice environment? A. Group discussions. E. Hands-on lab exploitation tasks. C. Attendance tracking. D. Peer feedback surveys. 3. What curriculum development strategy best addresses regulatory compliance in OSCP training? A. Ignoring industry frameworks to save time. E. Embedding legal and ethical hacking guidelines into modules. C. Allowing students to practice unrestricted exploits on public networks. D. Avoiding discussion of compliance topics. 4. Which communication method fosters clarity when mentoring OSCP candidates? A. Using complex jargon to demonstrate expertise. B. Explaining techniques with step-by-step guidance. C. Avoiding visual aids to focus on spoken explanation. D. Delivering feedback only at the end of the program. 5. When designing assessments for OSCP practice tests, which factor is most critical? A. Frequency of quizzes. B. Authenticity of exploitation challenges. C. Length of the written exam. D. Popularity of certain exploits. 6. In adult learning, why is problem-based learning effective for OSCP candidates? A. It reduces the need for evaluation. B. It replicates real-world problem-solving contexts. C. It limits learner autonomy. D. It emphasizes memorization of commands. 7. Which evaluation tool best validates an OSCP trainee's ability to perform under exam conditions? A. Time-constrained lab simulations. B. Open book written reflections. C. Daily attendance sheets. D. Oral presentation skills. 8. How can curriculum developers ensure inclusivity in OSCP training? A. Use a single teaching method for all learners. B. Integrate diverse resources and accessibility options. C. Focus exclusively on technical manuals. D. Avoid tailoring content to learning differences. 9. Which mentoring approach supports sustainable skill development and OSCP preparation? A. Providing feedback only after final exams. B. Continuous formative feedback and guidance. C. Ignoring learner mistakes to reduce pressure. D. Focusing solely on technical output. 10. Why is regulatory compliance critical in OSCP-related training? It reduces training time. It ensures ethical and legal practice. C. It simplifies assessment design. D. It lowers exam difficulty. 11. Which teaching strategy leverages adult learners' prior experiences in OSCP training? A. Starting with abstract theory. B. Asking learners to connect exploits to real-life cases. C. Prohibiting references to professional backgrounds. D. Using only beginner-level exercises. 12. How should evaluation methods in OSCP practice be structured to measure higher-order thinking? A. By using only factual recall tests. Through scenario-based vulnerability exploitation tasks. C. By assigning written essays only. D. By counting lab attendance hours. 13. In curriculum development, which element ensures progressive mastery for OSCP preparation? A. Random ordering of modules. B. Sequenced skill-building tasks. C. Reliance on external resources only. D. Minimizing practice tasks. 14. Which communication strategy best reduces misunderstandings in OSCP mentoring? A. Encouraging active questioning by learners. Limiting communication to email only. C. Using vague generalizations. D. Avoiding repetition of concepts. 15. What is the most effective way to incorporate regulatory frameworks into OSCP practice tests? A. Embedding scenarios involving legal and ethical decisions. B. Avoiding reference to legal standards. C. Using only historical hacking examples. D. Focusing entirely on command syntax. 16. Which evaluation method emphasizes continuous improvement during OSCP preparation? A. Summative testing only. E. Formative assessments through practice tasks. C. End-of-course survey feedback. D. Unsupervised peer grading. 17. In adult learning, which motivational factor is most relevant for OSCP trainees? A. Desire for career advancement. B. Requirement to memorize long command lists. C. Expectation of passive lectures. D. Focus on rote exam questions. 18. How can mentoring in OSCP training encourage self-directed learning? A. By prescribing identical study plans for all learners. B. By guiding learners to set personal objectives. C. By discouraging independent exploration. D. By focusing only on group performance. 19. Which curriculum principle best supports real-world application for OSCP candidates? A. Experiential practice with simulated networks. B. Exclusive focus on theoretical readings. C. Emphasis on closed-book memorization. Avoiding hands-on labs. 20. What communication technique helps mentors assess OSCP learner progress effectively? A. Active listening during learner reflections. B. Delivering monologues without questions. C. Avoiding eye contact to reduce tension. D. Speaking rapidly to demonstrate expertise. 21. In evaluation design for OSCP practice, why is validity critical? A. It ensures the assessment measures intended competencies. B. It reduces exam preparation time. C. It makes grading easier. D. It limits the number of test items. 22. Which mentoring approach builds confidence in OSCP trainees? A. Highlighting strengths while addressing weaknesses constructively. B. Pointing out errors without solutions. C. Avoiding discussion of mistakes. D. Emphasizing failure to motivate improvement. 23. What regulatory compliance concerns should be central to OSCP practice labs? A. Prohibiting unauthorized network access. B. Encouraging attacks on live production systems. C. Allowing unrestricted malware distribution. D. Ignoring ethical hacking guidelines. 24. How does curriculum scaffolding benefit OSCP learners? A. It reduces learner independence. E. It builds complexity step by step. C. It avoids integration of prior knowledge. D. It discourages mastery learning. 25. Which communication tool enhances collaborative learning in OSCP training? A. Shared online penetration testing platforms. B. Silent independent study only. C. Private mentoring without group interaction. D. Restriction to text-based manuals. 26. Which evaluation method best measures adaptability in OSCP learners? A. Simulated scenarios with unexpected challenges. B. True-false written exams. C. Attendance records. D. Peer evaluation of teamwork only. 27. In adult learning, how can intrinsic motivation be supported in OSCP preparation? A. By aligning tasks with personal goals and interests. B. By forcing a single, rigid study plan. C. By discouraging learner initiative. D. By relying only on external rewards. 28. What curriculum element strengthens critical thinking in OSCP candidates? A. Open-ended exploit analysis tasks. B. Memorization of exploit syntax. C. Step-by-step answers provided upfront. D. Pre-written solutions for all labs. 29. Which mentoring style best supports problem-solving independence in OSCP practice? Coaching learners to analyze errors. B. Providing answers immediately. C. Ignoring learner struggles. D. Enforcing strict uniform solutions. 30. What is the primary purpose of compliance in OSCP training environments? A. To safeguard legality and professional integrity. B. To increase the number of assessments. C. To shorten training programs. D. To reduce learner autonomy. 31. Which communication skill enhances mentor-learner trust in OSCP training? A. Transparency in expectations. B. Ambiguity in instructions. C. Avoidance of feedback. D. Overuse of technical jargon. 32. What evaluation strategy ensures OSCP candidates are prepared for real exam dynamics? A. Mock exams under timed conditions. B. Self-paced, open-ended reflections. C. Attendance-based grading. D. Group projects without constraints.